Hello, my name is Peter Travers, and I'm the CEO of LifeBridge 10,000. I'm excited to share with you, our investors, supporters, and prayer partners, that we have completed a major milestone in our mission to enable extended high-quality life to those with late-stage cancer. In our last communication, we showed you our small proof-of-concept prototype. The next challenge was to determine if our device could operate steadily and safely with a large array that can treat cancer in multiple areas anywhere in the abdomen, and could it do this at full power? Our team spent months refining our software, changing our design, and built a large array that would demonstrate more than enough capacity to treat the largest patient. We are going to briefly walk you through how our final test was done. The arrays you are seeing are an engineering version. They are bulky and open intentionally for easy access. The final version used by patients will be double encapsulated without exposed wires. First, a skin-safe, water-soluble medical adhesive is placed on the insulated ceramic side of the array elements. The ceramic discs block all current and only allow electric field through to the skin. Later, the application of the medical adhesive will be automated. Our latest patent covers a daily maintenance apparatus that will automatically clean, dry, and prepare the arrays for the next day's therapy. Once on the skin, the array elements receive an address. In the final version, the addresses will be loaded via a program, but for now, we are using our special magnetic switch created for our device. This feature is documented in our third patent to protect our competitive advantage. The magnetic switch will allow the doctor prescribing our device to add or remove discs from a firing configuration. This is particularly helpful if a patient has experienced a change in weight, which could require adding or removing discs from a firing sequence. Addressing each disc establishes a communication link between the wave generator's main computer and the computers on each disc. Each disc is now ready to receive instructions on when and how to activate. With the medical adhesive prepped on each disc, the arrays are placed on the skin over any diseased area. A protective shirt will later be added to more securely hold the discs in place. The process is continued, covering the entire front and the entire back. Once in place, a breathable shirt is put on to hold the disc comfortably in place. The process of putting on the disc takes about 15 minutes. Remember, with Tumor Treating Fields, there are no significant side effects, no fatigue, no hair loss, and no nausea. In the final version of our therapy, once the shirt is in place, the pre-programmed disc can begin therapy. For now, we are going to program our firing sequence via our magnetic switch. First, we program the active side over the left lung in the front. Then we program the return on the back over the right lung. One of the problems with previous versions of Tumor Treating Field devices is that they have fixed arrays, which limit their effectiveness. For example, fixed arrays fail to deliver the most therapeutic portion of the tumor treating field to 35 to 40% of the lungs because they are passive with no control. To make sure that all areas of the lung are covered with the most therapeutic portion of the tumor treating field, we are programming a sweep through the lungs, increasing the likelihood of extending high-quality life for the patient. This process is repeated over the liver, then over the entire midsection of the abdomen. An array in this area could treat the pancreas, kidneys, and part of the peritoneal cavity, and could be extended lower to treat ovarian cancer. Once programmed, we can begin therapy. Our device is moving the most therapeutic portion of the tumor treating field throughout my lungs, and then treating my liver and then my entire midsection. This ability to cover multiple areas is what our patent is all about. It means patients and doctors will no longer have to make the excruciating decision to decide to let one cancer grow in an area while treating another. Research shows that short intermittent therapy is as effective as constant treatment. Research also supports that treating a tumor from multiple angles increases the rate of tumor reduction. Our LifeBridge device can treat a tumor from many more angles than the present therapy, creating the potential for faster tumor reduction. The long-term hope of Tumor Treating Fields is prevention. While more research needs to be done, the goal is to get someone in remission and then perhaps use our device 1 week and then take a break for 2 weeks, or perhaps wear the device only during sleep for prevention. Lastly, we would like to show you one continuous shot of our array supply wire connected to a current probe and then to our oscilloscope. The sine wave you see changing on the oscilloscope screen documents that coupling or electric field formation is occurring through my body. The sine waves you see on the oscilloscope screen would not be there if the electric field was not forming through my lungs, liver, and abdomen. The frequency and intensity of the fields forming through my body match those that have already been shown to effectively treat pancreatic, ovarian, and non-small cell lung cancer in phase 2 clinical trials. It's an exciting time for us. With the completion and proving of our device, we can now take the next steps needed to turn the page and move toward those who have more life to live. Those next steps are: 1, to build our production prototype. This is the device that can be worn by patients. We will then put our device through safety testing, prepare a report, and move to step 2, which is to meet with the FDA to answer any questions they have and to go over our safety data. Our goal in meeting with the FDA is to obtain permission to proceed with step 3, which is an early feasibility study. The FDA creates these studies for companies like ours to determine any design changes that may be needed before proceeding to larger studies. Early feasibility studies are usually completed with 10 to 15 patients. It's hard to overstate the significance of completing an early feasibility study. In some countries, the data from a successful study would allow us to begin treating late-stage patients with metastatic disease. At the present time, we are in need of funding from our accredited investors to move forward with our next steps. Our accredited investors can contact us directly or fill out our form at lifebridge10,000/investors. We are committed to helping our investors do well while doing good. On behalf of those who have more life to live, thank you for your continued investment, support, and prayers.